How are you today? It's Friday, October the 16th, I think. Yeah. Okay, so it's my chillax evening, and I've been thinking about what would be a good, exciting topic to talk about. So we're gonna talk about money, oh. So money is a very important part of all of our lives. So I thought, why not talk about money and how I manage my money and some of the tips that I can share with you guys that might be helpful to you guys. So, money makes the world go round. Hmm, that's the truth. So, anybody who says they don't like money, they're not telling the truth. If you don't have money, you can't achieve much, you can't get ahead. So, I find one of the things that I've learned over the years, like in spite of how much money I earn, one rule that I follow is I always save. Save some money. It doesn't matter how much money you earn. Take a portion of that money and save it. If you're working minimum wage, save it. If you're earning 100,000 per year, save some of it. So it's simply saving at least 10% of whatever you earn or whatever money comes into your hands, whether you're on welfare, like wherever you get your money from, whether you work for it or you're on getting benefit from somebody, save some of that money. Save it for emergencies, save it for a rainy day, save it as your vex money. Like, it's so empowering when women have money. So if you earn minimum wage, for example, and you earn $500 a month, if you save $50 every month, just if you get cash, put it in an envelope somewhere, and that is your saving. You pay yourself first. Take that $50, you put it aside. If you're getting your money through the bank, like you're paid through the bank, just call them. Say, hey, I want to save you to withdraw $50 out of my pay every month, and that will automatically pull out. As soon as that money goes in there, they take that $50 and they put it in your savings account. And by the end of the year, you would have at least 50 times 10, about $600. And that $600, if it's 3 years, it will be like 360. It will increase. That's what I'm trying to say. So just by saving that $50 every month, it will grow. It will accumulate. So if there's any emergency, if your child gets sick, if you get sick, if your car break down, you want to buy a tire, anything, you have that money you can pull from. You don't always have to depend on getting a loan or getting a credit card. Another thing is to make a budget. Just write down things. I have a book. I have my little folder. Yes. And I pretty much just list all my expenses. It's something that I always did when I was in Jamaica and since I came here. Always have your budget. So you know what you spend money on every month. You know, you have your rent, you have car note or whatever loans, you have insurance, grocery, entertainment, cable, like anything that you spend money on, make a list of it. So when you make a list, all it does is make you have a clear picture of how much money you spend. So you can see that $500 come in per month, and I spend $500 on these expenses. And then it gives you a better idea of how much money you're spending, if there is extra left over, if you're overspending, it gives you a better way to plan ahead and make adjustments. I have learned is that you have 10% saving, then there is 70% to do just live on your living expense, and then there's that 20% that you can pay your debts. Always pay your debts, because things like credit cards, if you don't pay your credit cards, then it affects your credit score. So we'll go back to credit card in a minute, but make sure you have it as a part of your budget, that you pay your debts. So your student loans, your credit cards, your car loans, those are line of credit, those are debts that you should have like 20% of your pay or your income dedicated to those. Whatever is in the 70%, try to make that work. Try to live within that 70%. And if you have you're gonna have situations where you have to treat yourself, so you'll have your little money for clothing or little money for entertainment. Assign a little money, maybe $100 out of that, so that you don't feel confined into that little budget bubble that you create, and then you'll be tempted to overspend. So put away maybe $100 and say, this is for to treat myself every payday. Another thing that I do is I put in my phone when I get paid. So I get paid twice per month, and it reminds me when it's payday, my phone will, that message will come up if I put it in my Google Calendar on my phone. And it's a good way to keep track, so I know, okay, money comes in, and then I think about what is due to be filled, so to be paid, not filled, I mean not in the pharmacy now. So I would think about, all right, what credit card bills do I have, what utility bills do I have, and then I would maybe track them on a calendar. I find that the calendar method is helpful for me. I'll put all of the due dates on my calendar, put them, so I know pay comes in the 15th of the month. I'll pay this bill because it's due the 12th. I'll pay this bill because it's due the 10th. And then the next payday would be like the 30th. I would pay this bill because it's due the 28th. I pay this bill because it's due the 25th. So I do that tracking on my little calendar, and it's like right at my computer, so I can always see that. Plus my phone reminds me when it's payday. So I kind of link those two together and have like a calendar method to pay my debts, pay my bills. So that's just one of the ways that I do it. For credit cards, what I do is I never put everything on my credit card. Some things I put on my credit card because I know I have to buy food, I have to pay utilities, I have to pay insurance. So what I'll do is I'll put those on my credit card automatically, so I know exactly every month this is going to be my credit card bill. Say for example, it's $500 for all these expenses. I put them on my credit card, and that helps me to increase my credit score because I always pay that portion. If I feel to indulge in purchases that month, I'll say, okay, after all my expenses are paid, I might have $500 left to play with. So if I go to the mall, I would spend $500, no more. I could be less, but not more. So I know that in that month, my extra spending is $500. I'll put that on my credit card. Plus, I know that my compulsory bills are on my credit card. At the end of the month, I pay off that total on my credit card. So I always pay off my credit card bills, and that helps with my credit score. I always pay them on time. That also helps with your credit score. So you have to have a strategy when you're using credit cards. Some of them are cashback, Some of them are like air miles, so it's good to have those credit cards and take advantage of those benefits. But you have to be paying off the full balance, not the minimum balance, not forgetting to pay it and paying all these extra fees, because that affects your credit scores, and that affects like mortgages and interest rates that you pay if you got a car loan or a mortgage. So it's important to have a good credit score, and that's just one of the techniques that I use to increase my credit score. I'll do another video next time about how to increase your credit score. If you're interested in that, let me know. Okay, so we talked about the calendar method, and it's easy to get into credit card debt because if you here every store you walk into, here's a credit card for Macy's, here's a credit card for this store, here's a credit card for this store. So by the time you're done, you have 12 credit cards. If you don't keep track of your spending, you can easily run into $5,000 credit card bills. So try to say no, so that you're not overspending when it comes to credit cards. You don't have to have a credit card for every store that you purchase stuff at. It's a way for them to make money. It's not to benefit you. Go to your bank, get a credit card, whether it's a cashback or an Air Miles credit card. Those are the better credit cards. And just when you make your budget, you know, okay, this month at least $500 I can spend on XYZ, and no more, no less. It can be less, but no more. And then you know that your credit card bill come to $500. You have that extra $500 somewhere to pay it off, because the interest you earn in a savings account is less than what you pay interest on your credit card bill. Learn that. So it's better to pay off your credit card bill, because you increase your credit score and you don't have that 20% interest to worry about. Bonus. Okay, so just try to be disciplined, have a budget, pay yourself first, and watch your money grow. And don't be like, paying your bills late is another culprit, because those late fees can be the stupid tax that you'll always be paying. Don't pay your bills late. Pay your credit card bills and live within your budget. So take my foolish advice. I've been doing that for a long time. It's more rewarding to have money in your bank account and to be rich than to seem rich. So do that budget right now.